Hi, this is John Kelly with Softball Smarts, Winner's Edge Kids. How she thinks is how she plays. Think right, play great. You may have watched me on YouTube, followed me on Facebook or Twitter, or just visited my blogs and read the many articles I've written about high performance for youth athletes. Well, today in this video, it's really the first of 4 videos in a free video training series which is about improving game day performance. In fact, the title is 6 Powerful Strategies to Skyrocket Game Day Performance. And this really is about taking your athlete from where he or she is and really improving their game day performance. As a sports parent, as a game coach, as a mental skills professional, I definitely know that every parent wants their kid to play their best. And it is so frustrating when they don't. It's so frustrating to see the inconsistencies that most young athletes struggle with when they get on the hardwood or get on the field on game day. And the first question I want to ask you is, what percent of your athlete's potential is he or she achieving in this moment? 50%, 60%, 75%, 80%, could be less, could be more. Chances are if you're watching me at this moment, you think your athlete has some improvement to make, and I'm glad you're here. On this video and the videos I'll share after this, and again to my right, you will see a little sign-up box with your name and email address. Anytime you can put your name and email address in there and click send, and you'll get immediate access to the remainder of the free video series, which I will go into great detail of really how to take your athlete from being good to being great. And that's the focus of this video here. And really the truth is that your athlete's going to be judged, as any athlete is, by how they perform on game day. The truth is that every game in every sport is decided by single acts of performance, high or low or somewhere in between. And collectively, those acts of performance decide winners and losers. And for your athlete and any athlete, they also really determine the perception people have of them, whether it's their coaches, their teammates, their parents, or maybe most importantly for you, professional or college scouts that are watching them play. So we want to get them to play at a higher level and get your athlete to reach a higher level of his or her potential. Because as a game coach, nothing is more frustrating and really more sad than to watch a really talented athlete not reach his or her potential. So the first thing I want to talk about is what sort of problems might your athlete be facing. We're going to go through these quickly. You might be dealing with self-confidence issues. Certainly when an athlete has less than stellar self-confidence, they experience doubt. And on game day in any competition in any sport, doubt's a killer. You can't delay making decisions and hesitate. When an athlete plays well, they tend to have more self-confidence. When they don't play so well, that doubt creeps in, and that really can befall a lot of young athletes, maybe yours is one. I see a lot of young athletes that really struggle with a burden of high expectations, either from people outside of them, which could be you as a parent or a coach, or their own elevated self-expectations, which even can border on being a perfectionist, where they expect to play perfect. And either way, these expectations can lead to tremendously high levels of self-criticism, self-judgment, which will spiral performance downward. Maybe your athlete struggles with game day anxiety. They have nerves, and that causes them to have a difficult time with their composure. They're overcome by emotions sometimes by that, which definitely impacts their game day performance. Maybe they have an issue with focus, and focus is a huge thing for every athlete. Focus and concentration at the key moments of the game. Maybe they have a hard time really focusing in that present moment. Maybe they're an athlete just has a hard time overcoming the adversity and failure that comes with almost every single sport. Or maybe, as I get emails all the time from parents talking about how to get their kids more motivated. If your athlete's not motivated, he or she's not going to put in the effort and do the work necessary to be their best. So let's talk about the problems that we can deal with here that every athlete faces. These problems are what I call, and again, get into a cause of where these problems come from. We identify problems, how do we find the cause and the solution, most importantly. The cause to most of these game day problems emanates from what I call performance killers, which almost always are found between the ears. And really, to get to the point of solution, you must understand the cause and understand these performance killers. In most cases, they're behavioral issues that parents and athlete alike don't really understand and don't even know their athletes are doing it. In many cases, they've been performing the same way for years and years and years, and in many cases getting the same results. After all, insanity is defined as doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results, isn't it? So we want to find out the cause of these problems, and in this video series, I'm going to give you specific solutions in the terms of tools and strategies and concepts and tips that will help you to identify the causes of the problems, because there is always a specific and measurable cause behind each one of these problems that leads to inconsistent or poor game day performance. Now, a little bit about my background as to why I'm in front of you in this video screen and why I do what I do. Well, I was a four-sport athlete in high school, a two-sport athlete in college. I've been a game coach with soccer, baseball, and now softball the last 10 years for over 15 years. I've been a mental performance expert now for over 20 years, and I've got my own athlete, my daughter, who's now in high school, so I've been a sports parent now for many, many years as well. And really, my quest for performance secrets came out of my own coaching experience, my own parenting experience, watching my own daughter go through the ups and downs of her performance, watching the teams that I coach struggle to perform at a consistent level. And I would watch other players and other teams perform at high levels consistently. They would consistently win games, win championships, win tournaments. And I wonder why my teams couldn't do that. And it drove me nuts, quite frankly. So I went on a 4-year quest to find the answers to what created consistent high performance levels for athletes. Why individual athletes and why teams seem to always play their best and always win. And what differentiated them from the average player, the average team that struggled with a roller coaster ride of inconsistent performances, high one game, low the next, high one play, low the next. And I went into some seriously deep academic research. I read hundreds of papers written by sports psychologists. I studied high performance strategies for corporations, high performance strategies used by Olympic athletes, professional athletes, top college athletes. I interviewed top coaches, top athletes, trainers, sports psychologists. I really wanted to find out. I was driven to find out what was the secret, what was the missing ingredient, and I finally found it. I finally found the missing link that takes a good player to a great player, a good team to a great team. And here's what it is. I find out that there are basically 4 essential components that really define game day performance levels. And those 4 elements include psychology, the mind; 2, physiology, the body; 3, productivity, meaning how efficient is your athlete at approaching his or her game; and 4, synergy, putting these 3 together into a well-orchestrated plan, a blueprint, if you will, a way to approach their game every single day of the week. Because success comes by design, not by accident. So these components right here that I've discovered, that every top Olympic athlete, every top professional athlete, they all followed. They all integrated these steps into building a rock-solid foundation that really almost gave them predictable game day success, predictable game day domination, consistent performance, sustainable performance. And I thought, wow, I found something here. So in the last 18 months, I've gone out to the field and I've proven it with my own daughter, with my own teams that I coach. I've used this philosophy. I have taught my players this stuff. And little by little, we've become a great team. These players are reaching more of their potential because they're following the exact steps I'm going to teach you in this free video series here. Now, the bottom line is this. Ultimately, your athlete has to have the tools and the strategies. If he or she has been approaching their game the same way, and again, nothing against whatever you're doing, whether it's the physical training, the private coaching, whatever it is, I know you have to do that. What I'm saying is there's something more, a missing ingredient. There's that X component, X factor that your athlete has to get. And I'm going to teach that to you through these 4 components that I discovered. I'm going to teach you the psychology of how to dominate on game day, the physiology of how to dominate on game day. I'm going to teach you the productivity so your athlete is as efficient as he or she can be, and teach you the synergy of bringing those all together in a way that, again, makes game day success, makes high performance predictable. Your athlete will be able to expect success versus expecting failure or expecting, I'm not sure how I'm going to play. The consistency of game day success is by design, not by accident. And in this free video course, I'm going to teach you and your athlete how they can achieve it. By going through this course, here's basically what you're going to learn. You're going to learn what causes game day performance inconsistencies or game day performance failure. You're going to learn specific mental performance killers, how to identify them in your athlete, and more importantly, how to give you tools to overcome them, to put them in the rearview mirror, so to speak. You're going to learn how the mind and the body together can skyrocket game day performance and how critical it is that you approach your sport with the mind and body together. You're going to learn how to develop a specific plan, a plan of action that's going to maximize training, practice, and game results. And ultimately, you're going to learn how to put your athlete on a proven path that's going to activate his or her full potential. And that's what we're trying to do. Take your athlete from where he or she is to where you want them to go. So here's the thing. All you have to do in that video box, sign-up box to the right, put in your name and email address, click send, and you're going to get immediate access through a link in your email box to the remaining 3 videos in this free video training series. Again, I spent a lot of years developing this, and I want to share with you. So I want to give this information to you for free. I want your athlete to be better. I want your athlete to enjoy playing the game more. That's what I do. I've proven it with my own teams. I studied this stuff for a lot of years with the most elite athletes and elite teams there are. I know that it works. So right now I want you to go to that sign-up box to the right, put your name and email address in, and you'll get immediate access. And again, these are principles and strategies and tools your athlete can implement immediately. I understand where you're coming from. I'm a sports parent. I'm a game coach. And these tools I'm going to teach you in this video training series work. They will elevate your athlete's game day performance immediately. So do that right now. Again, this is John Kelly. Thanks so much for watching this. I hope to see you in the next video.